In 2025, I found that the normal jig heads I fished for years are not catching bass anymore. And actually, the lighter I can go with my jig head, the more bass I'm catching. This makes sense when you're fishing in shallow water, but it's also holding true when I'm fishing in 20, 30, or 40 feet of water offshore. Throughout the summer and fall, I found that my standard jig head size, which is like a 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce, or 1/2 ounce, isn't working that well in 20 to 40 feet of water offshore. The fish just aren't eating it. But when I go a lot lighter, down to an 1/8 ounce or 1/16 ounce, those same fish are biting cast after cast. Now, while it makes sense to use a heavier jig head in that deeper water because it's just more efficient, it gets down there faster, I found that it's worth waiting that extra 10 seconds for an 1/8 ounce head to get down to those fish because they're reacting so much better. And I've actually found that if you get a bait that has some horizontal gliding motion, it even gets more attention from the bass. My go-to head this summer and fall has been a core tackle 1/8 ounce 3/0 hover rig paired with this Raid Super Fish Roller. It's the perfect size bait in this 4.2 inch size to imitate a lot of threadfin shad and just forage that you'll find throughout the late summer and fall, and I've been absolutely smashing them on this rig fishing in 20 to 40 feet of water offshore. In this video, I want to explain my full process for finding and catching these fish on this really light jig head so you can put more fish in the boat this fall. Let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Today I'm out here on Beaver Lake in Arkansas. It's the end of September and we actually had a lot of rain the past week, so the lake has come up about 3 feet, but we're in bluebird sky post-front conditions today, so it's going to be pretty tough to get these fish to bite. So we're going to try to figure them out in this kind of tough fall transition period and find some fish offshore. I'm going to do this in a long form, uncut format to show you my full process for finding these fish. And all these long form videos are sponsored by Bridgeford Foods. I want to give a huge shout out to Bridgeford for supporting Fish the Moment and bass fishing for a really long time now. They're one of the few brands outside of like fishing tackle and things like that that support professional fishing and YouTube channels like this. Bridgeford also makes a fantastic beef jerky that is great to take to the lake. It fits in your glove box super easily. Really soft and tender beef jerky, and I always have it in the boat with me when I'm out here graphing. So definitely pick up some Bridgeford beef jerky at your local dollar stores, gas stations, or Walmart checkout aisles if you see that Bridgeford logo. It's a great snack. Again, huge shout out to Bridgeford for supporting the Fish the Moment channel. So I just ran about a 1/4 mile down the lake and found another spot where we have a shallower point that's right up against a creek channel in the mouth of a major creek here. So kind of fits our pattern. It also has a lot of that good like 20 to 25 foot of water where we've saw some of those fish earlier. And I just want to see if we can find any more bait or any more fish out here. Already you're seeing some bait. There's a lot of bait here, which is good. Just gotta see if we can find some fish. Might actually spin back around real quick because I missed that corner over here, this corner. There's already bait over here. Let's check this. This is what I do, guys. I just bounce around, try to find new areas that have fish, and every once in a while you'll pull up on one of these stretches and it just has 2.5 to 3 pounders on it. For whatever reason, you'll have good smallmouth or good spotted bass on it, and then other spots are just gonna have fewer fish or just not as many good ones. There's a few fish on the side scan over here. You can see them right in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got some fish. I kind of thought that corner was going to be good. Even a few more right in here. You can see them in that shadow. 1, 2. Stop for a second. Let me mark that. Okay. Yeah, we got some fish right here. Let me graph back around this. Right in that little turn. I kind of was thinking I was going to have to graph further up here, but there's some fish even all the way out deep out here. A little bit of brush right here. We'll mark that brush pile just to have a brush pile marked. In the same zone, but I don't think they're all the way up on this point. I think they're kind of right on that edge, kind of where we saw them last time. There may even be some fish further out in the middle, to be honest. On the bait, that's what we call our best quality fish. It wasn't a big one, but it was our best fish so far versus the ones there on these rock piles. So maybe we just need to be checking out in the middle on the bait out here. Could be the deal. Just see if we can see any fish through these waypoints, or if they're just kind of roaming out here. They could just be out here. Yeah, there's some fish right there. Couple small ones, nothing crazy. Some bait. There's some little fish out here, nothing big. So like those little guys right there, those are all like 12 inches, 8 inches, stuff like that. And so I could just keep graphing around until I find the better quality fish, because those fish right there, like these right here, these are just small, little, tiny spotted bass, like the ones we first pulled up on and caught. We want to find the better quality fish, obviously. That's the goal when we're out here. And I might actually just need to get off this main lake later today and go back in the back of a creek to try to find some quality fish, because a lot of times the striper will just push those largemouth out of these areas, and we've already seen striper out here. There's a bunch of fish right here. What in the world? Random bait, I guess. A little brush pile and stuff. Some good bait. Nothing that's blowing my mind off this spot. Keep rolling for a second, see if we can find anything that like jumps off the screen. We're just running that pattern though. There's another little rocky spot up here we can check. It's like right in here. It's another one of those kind of points. It almost sets up similar, more similar to the last spot that we fished. We'll roll in this little ditch, see if there's any fish that pushed up shallower because of that high water. Maybe they pushed up in this little drain here. Not really sure. But a lot of times it's just trial and error until you find a zone that has the better quality ones. This time of year especially, because the fish are moving with the bait a lot more than they are in other times of the year, you're gonna get into a situation a lot of times where you have to run a ton of water, and then you find like a little 200-yard stretch where it's just quality fish after quality fish, and every other spot you run has a bunch of little ones. It's pretty frustrating, and it's hard on these uncut videos to show that, because obviously I have to run a lot of water to make that actually happen and show you guys, you know, where I find those better areas. Sometimes it takes me 6-7 hours to find those better areas, so it's not like it's a fast process, especially on these bigger lakes. On little small lakes it's a lot easier, where you have, you know, like a 1,000-acre lake, but when you're on like a beaver lake like this, you have to cover so much water. That's why guys for like professional tournaments practice for 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day for 3 days straight. There's a few fish on that little laydown log right there. That actually looks pretty good right there. Ooh, that looks really good right there. A little rock pile. Let's mark this. Let's fish that really quick. That looks really good. Let's just fish that. Matches our pattern pretty well. There's a few fish we even saw in that. Mark this right here. I'll spin around here. I need to actually get in the wind, so I'll spin back around and then we'll make a few casts on this deal. Okay, let's get lined up on these rocky spots to see if anyone's home on this deal. See if we have any quality here, or if it's just all little guys. We saw a few fish. Just don't know how big they're gonna be. There's a couple fish off that drop too. We'll take a look at that. Ooh, there's a few fish right there. You can see them at 20 foot, or 20 foot down. There's a bunch of them actually. 80 feet out. Kind of right on our pattern that we were running. These are right on our waypoint. 20 foot of water, rocky spot. Just don't know how big these fish are. One of you come get it and show me how big you are. Come on, fish. Huh. Oh, come on. One's on it right now. Nope, swerved it. There's some fish down here though. Bunch of fish. Bait's at 60 right now. Fish on my bait. Come on. Come on. Oh, he came hot at that bait and he didn't get it. Reeling it away from him fast. What is he doing? Crazy. There's a bunch of fish off this spot. Might have the wrong bait, might be these post-front conditions are getting these fish kind of spooky. Hard to always say what the cause is of why they're not biting.
you would think this little 3-inch bait would not be a problem for them to eat. Come on, fish. Bunch of them on it. One of you come get it. Oh, he hit it. Come on. Wow. Let's just drop it to the bottom and see if they follow it to the bottom and eat it. Kind of like a Ned rig style. Nope. Okay. Interesting. There's a lot of fish though off this little rocky spot. They just seem kind of either picky or small, or both, to be honest. Bait's falling at 60 to a bunch of them. Come on, fish. Oh, there's like 3 on it. One of you eat it. Nope. Let's see if maybe a lighter bait would actually get him to bite. I have a little hover rig tied on here, just an 1/8 ounce hover rig. Maybe going lighter on him. Letting that bait sink super slow might be the play. There's a bunch of them on that side of that rock pile. Bait landed at 60. There's a straight pile of them down there. Bait's gonna take forever to get down to 30 foot, but we're gonna let it sink down there. It's at 15 foot right now down, 50 feet out. Man, these allergies are getting bad with this weather change too. I don't know if y'all deal with that, but it's pretty bad here in Arkansas with the weather changing. Come on, fish, any of you home? I think I missed that cast just a little bit, to be honest. Nope, come on. One of you come get it. Oh, he hit it. Come on, fish. Got him. There we go. Okay. We didn't want the 3/8 ounce head. They wanted the lighter head. This is a hover rig. First cast, they got that thing. A not big one, but just going to a little bit lighter bait, something that wasn't as aggressive as what they wanted. Just have a little 3/8 ounce hover rig. Nice little fish with a, this is the Super Fish Roller 4.2 inch. It's a new bait from Raid. Literally first cast up there, fish cracked it. So sometimes it's the bait, sometimes it's the area. That I was using that 3/8 ounce because I wanted to just get down to these fish that are swimming around because it's 30 foot deep. But obviously they didn't want that heavy of a bait. They wanted something lighter. So by dropping that hover rig down there, I was able to get that fish to bite. Literally first cast with the hover rig. It just takes forever to sink down there. Come on, fish. One just hit it again. Come on. Oh my gosh, there's like 6 of them on it. Get it, fish. Oh my gosh, look at them all come off this rock pile. Get it. One of you eat it. Oh my gosh. Let that bait sink back down. Oh my goodness. One of you come get it. Come on. Oh my gosh. Just come get it. Eat it. Come on. Come on. Oh, they're so picky. It's crazy how picky they are. Oh my gosh. Okay. But they like this hover rig a lot better. Let's see if we can get these guys. There's some fish that are deeper off the side of this rock pile too. Way out there. Let's see if I can get that bait over there. It's kind of hard to cast that hover rig all the time. Get out there to 70. There's more fish off the end of this rock pile. They're little though. They're just not good ones. I thought that some of these might be bigger smallmouth or something, but they're definitely not. They look like they're smaller spotted bass still. But that lighter head is pulling so many more fish than the fast falling head. Here comes one, come on. Got him, here we go. Yep, hover rig is the deal right now. Not big ones. Oh, threw it, just a little guy. I mean, that was another like 11 incher. So not lighting the world on fire on size, but we may have the bait for the day. That's the thing, that's the cool part. So like, even though we may have not got that fish in the boat or whatever, if we have the bait for the day, that's gonna be super helpful, because now we can run this bait in all these areas. And I still probably would mix it up between that guppy head and the hover rig, because the guppy head is just way better at getting down there fast for these fish that might be swimming around on bait balls and stuff. For these fish that are setting up like on an isolated target like this, hover rig is gonna be fine. But I mean, it's hard to track and it takes forever to get down there. It gets bit, but it takes forever to get down there. There's a lot of fish on this rock pile though. I'm about to catch another one right here, I bet. Just like right in the middle of all of them. Come on, fish. Oh my gosh, there's like 6 of them, 7 of them around my bait. Come on, come on, one of you come get it. Come on, fish. Huh. Maybe losing that fish messed the school up, or maybe not. Got him, okay. Nice. This feels like a decent one actually too. Oh, it's a good spotted bass. Okay, maybe there are quality fish here too. Maybe you just need to weed through them. This is a good spotted bass. Oh my gosh, okay, I was wrong. There's some quality out here too on these rock piles. And that hover rig. There we go, that's a really good beaver keeper. I mean, I would take 5 of those any day of the week. Oh my gosh, let's get a weight on that guy. Again, that 3/8 1/8 hover rig. If you guys haven't thrown the hover rig, especially out here deeper, you gotta throw it. It's so good. And that's a 2-pound, 5-ounce spotted bass. I mean, guys, that is a good one for beaver. It normally takes about 13 pounds to win tournaments this time of year with forward-facing sonar. So if I could run this pattern around with these little rocky spots and just keep that hover rig in my hand, I think we could have a bag today doing this, to be honest. Like that's really good. That little hover rig is sweet.
Really quick guys, I want to let you know about the Black Friday sale happening over at coretackle.com. Now through December 1st, you can get up to 40% off all of your orders at coretackle.com. The more you buy, the more you save, and there are a few hooks I would highly recommend picking up as we go into these cooler winter months. One is the 3/8 ounce hover rig you've seen in this video. Another is the strut head. It's a mid-strolling head designed for the jig head minnow technique, and it rocks the minnow a little bit more than your standard head, so you don't have to shake your rod quite as much. It comes in a 3/0 hook and a 5/0 hook, so you can fish those smaller or bigger minnows, and it's been putting a bunch of good fish in the boat for me this year. Last but not least, definitely pick up some of the 2/8 ounce tush hooks. They're perfect for umbrella rigs. The tush hook hides all of the lead inside of your soft plastic swim baits, giving your umbrella rigs a little bit different look, and you can stock up on a bunch of them with the discounts we're offering at coretackle.com. Definitely check out our Black Friday sale today, link down in the description.
You guys have probably seen me throw it a lot on this channel. It's just, there's certain days where I feel like it's better than others, and it's just something I put in the rotation all the time, because there's just days where they want the hover rig. There's days when they're fine just eating the minnow. If I had my choice, I would throw that guppy head right now in this really deep water, because it's so much more efficient. Like, I don't have to wait for this thing to sink for 30 seconds. It's down 40 feet out, 20 feet down. It's hard to cast in the wind because it's super light. So it's not like it's the perfect bait. Man, there's more of them coming for that bait too. Come on, they're on it. This is just pulling fish. Oh, he hit it. He hit it, he didn't get it. He hit the crap out of it too. How do you not get that? 20 feet out, that's wild. But there's a lot of fish on this rock pile. There's some good ones. They're in the backside of that thing too. I don't know, I'm just keep fishing this, I guess, because this is a lot of fun. Can you get that bait down there? You can see they're all chilling on the backside of this rock pile. That bait sink down there at 30. Maybe reeled it a little bit too aggressive. See if one of them comes and eats it. It's falling at 25 foot. Boat's drifting, making it kind of hard on me. I kind of got messed up on that one. The wind makes this tough on this deal. I'm kind of now up on top of this rock pile, more so than I want to be. There's more fish right over here. You kind of have to be positioning your boat properly where you're into the wind so that you're not... There's fish behind the boat too on this deal. There's a lot of fish around here. I think I could probably just chill around this rock pile for a while, all these rock piles, and just catch some fish. See if we can get one more. There's a stack of them right here. Oh my gosh. One of you come eat this thing. Bait's falling at 60. Gotta try to keep into the wind. Watch that bait fall to 30 feet of water when it's an 1/8 ounce little tiny head, and this hover rig glides a lot. It doesn't like fall straight down to the bottom. So this is a pretty painful process to watch that bait fall down there. Here it comes, come on. See if I can get any of these fish interested. My bait's at 55 foot, about 30 foot down, 25 feet down. It's around multiple fish. Come on. Literally that bait's just drifting in the middle of the water column. And I'm just gonna shake my rod. There's a bunch of fish right there. Come on, one of you come get it. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. They were looking at it. Maybe I caught enough off the spot already. They're kind of all messed up at this point. Kind of hard to tell. Interesting. Okay, well, that's the deal. I think this is the bait for the day too. Honestly, I think I could just keep running some of these little rocky spots. I think I honestly could run that other spot that we graphed over there too and catch some. Okay guys, so I was about to end the video on that last spot, but I couldn't help it. I gotta come fish this little stretch right here as well with that hover rig, because now that we got that dialed, I'm just wondering if I can keep catching them off these spots. It's so addicting coming out to the lake, guys, running a pattern, getting these fish in the boat. It's so fun. It's hard to stop running this pattern. I actually want to go try something completely different just to experiment now that we've figured this out, because I could keep running this, but I just have to see if I can get them to bite off this spot too. So let's just fish it for a few minutes, see if we can get bit. Okay, so we got these fish lined up here, guys. They're right in front of the boat, 20-ish feet out. I'm kind of staying closer to them than I normally would, just because this hover rig is so hard to cast into the wind, get good distance, because the wind is pretty strong right now. You can see there's some stripers swimming out in front of the boat here, a little bit further out. But these fish that I'm targeting are the ones that are actually tighter to the bottom. My bait's still falling. Yeah, it's falling there at 50 foot. I want to get down to these fish are actually on the bottom. The fish that are roaming are so hard to target with the hover rig in this deep of water. You can do it when they're really high up in the water column, but it's really hard. You can see these fish swimming down there. There's some good ones. I don't know if these are all bass or not. This could be some striper too. But bait's right there at, again, 50 foot. See if we can get around these fish down there in 30. Because they're sitting tight to the bottom, and we mark these on side scan, these fish are a lot more catchable with the hover rig out here this deep. Otherwise, it'd be basically impossible to target these fish, or just hoping you got in the area that they're in. There's fish on my bait right now. Come on. We're getting in and around them. Come on, fish. Oh my gosh, look at them all. One of you get it, come on. One of you get it, come on. Oh, he hit it. He didn't get it. Come on. He hit it again. Come on, fish. One of you just grab it. Oh, he had it again. They're just toying with it. Come on, fish. One of you eat it. There he is. Finally, one of them actually got it. Oh, he came off. Are you kidding me? No way. That felt like a good one too. Oh, that sucks. I don't know what happened there. I got hit by like 7 of them. Sometimes in these post-front conditions, it's just so hard to get these fish to bite sometimes. Let's get back over there. Bait's falling to him again. 50 foot. Man, that sucks. There's a lot of them around it. These fish are so weird sometimes, guys, where you just think, why wouldn't they just come up and just swarm this thing and just eat it? And like the last spot, they ate it really good. And then sometimes they just don't get it well enough and they come off, or, you know, that was so weird. But coming up to look at it again, bait's at 40. Probably mess these fish up. Losing that one. Maybe not, I don't know. See if there's another little wad of them I can pick on. Further up this drop a little bit, maybe. Marked a bunch of fish in this area. There's a few more right there, nothing crazy though. Okay, we got that bait sinking down again after missing that fish. That was wild that that fish missed it and didn't get it. So many of them down in and around here. Look at them all. Bait's falling down to a bunch of them right now. It's still falling at 60. It's super slow going, but we see all these fish. Hopefully one of them sees it. Is that one? He's coming for it, come on. Come on. One of you come eat it. Come on. Oh my gosh, one of you eat it. Come on, fish. Shake that thing fast. Work it fast. Come on. Oh my goodness. One of you eat it. Bait's at 40. There's about 10 of them around it. Got him. There we go. Finally, one of these fish actually bit. Feels like a good one too. The last one I lost felt like a good one also. Yeah, it's a good one. Big spotted bass. I mean, not big, but I mean, really good size. I mean, I'll take, again, 5 of these are going to do you wonders right now on Beaver Lake. Oh my gosh, it's another 2-pounder. 2-pound spotted bass are just gold out here. I lost another one the same size. Oh, there's a bunch down there, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That hover rig is amazing, guys. Getting these fish to bite, it takes a long time to get it down there, but you saw the whole uncut of how I found these fish, how I graphed them, all that stuff, and we're now on like a tournament, really good tournament pattern on that hover rig. There's more of them down here too. That's the crazy part. There's probably 2 dozen or 3 dozen like that down here. Just down this drop, you can see them all. Just a matter of getting them to bite, not losing them. They're just swimming around down here. It's crazy. Fire that thing out there again. See if we can get one more bite. It's hard to leave these fish now that you found them, and they're good ones. Got the right casting angle and everything. It's just slow. This is so slow, guys. You have no idea. Waiting for that bait to fall. It takes a lot of patience. And I don't think A lot of guys have the patience to do this a lot of times. My bait's falling at 60, and that's why you might struggle with the hover rig or any other bait, is you just don't have the patience to just put the time in and let that thing sink down there. And again, you have to find fish that are structure oriented for this. You can't just throw this thing around randomly in the open. I knew these fish were here, we marked them. I'm literally casting at my waypoints that we made. We found these fish on side scan. So that's how we know they're here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Got him. Another one. Nice. Another good one. Oh yeah. Guys, we are on it. I mean, these are good spotted bass. Oh, threw it. Horsing them in. Oh gosh, okay. Man, sometimes with that hover rig, they just barely get the back, I guess. I don't know why that fish threw it. I might need to change rods. I'm actually not throwing the right rod. This is a medium moderate. It's not heavy enough probably for this hover rig. Okay, I definitely had to switch up rods after losing a couple fish there. This is my normal hover rig rod. It's a Denali Android 7-foot medium fast action rod. And it has a little bit more backbone and a little bit less give than the previous rod I was throwing, which was a medium light moderate, which is what I use for the scamper rig when I'm fishing it really fast on the surface. But because we're fishing this hover rig down in 30 foot, I need a little more backbone. And again, here's the bait I'm throwing. It's the Core Tackle 3/0 1/8 ounce hover rig with a 4.2 inch Raid super fish roller. And I'm just rigging that by putting the hook point right in that first quarter of the bait, just above the nose, and then I'm going to put the hook through and then push that plastic up the hover rig keeper. And then once it gets all the way up there, all I'm going to do is pull the plastic at the head over the nose cone on that hover rig until that bait is perfectly straight. And with that bait straight, it will rock side to side, and that's the action these fish love. And we're gonna get back up here now on the spot and hopefully get another fish in the boat. Okay, we're back up on the spot here. You can see all these fish. They're just all over the place up here. I'm gonna fire my bait out there. And the reason these fish are setting up on the spot right now is mainly because of the current. There's some current because the lake came up about 3 feet in just a few days, and they're trying to pull the lake back down. And in the fall, you'll a lot of times get those winter drawdowns where they pull the lake down to work on docks and things like that. And on these reservoirs, when you have that winter drawdown, these fish will suck straight to these channel swing points where you have a really sharp break, you have a creek channel running up against a long point, and these points are just fantastic spots to find a bunch of fish in the fall, from now all the way through November, depending on when your drawdown is happening. And you can see these fish are just right here on this deal. Here comes a couple right here. Come on, one of you come get it. I'm gonna shake that hover rig. Oh, he hit it. Come on, fish. One of you come get it. I was shaking that thing. The way I work this bait is you shake that rod and you point it down and you shake it, and that was what a lot of times will get them to trigger on it. Oh, he hit it again. After you catch a few of these fish, a lot of times they'll get a little bit pickier on the bait. So that's something that can happen. I've caught several off this spot now and lost that fish. So you aren't always going to get these schools to just keep firing and firing and firing. We're going to get back up here though. You can see there's just some good ones down there. Got to get close enough where I can cast this thing, because this hover rig doesn't cast great. I'm putting my boat into the wind. I want that boat into the wind so I can maintain the active target pointed right at these fish. And then my bait's sinking there at 60. And that bait also has kind of a wandering fall to it at times. So you kind of have to play the wind, play your casting angle, all these things. Now that bait is falling there at like 40. It kind of drifted closer to me. There's a bunch of fish though in and around where my bait's falling, right at 40. And that hover rig takes forever to get down there, but I just think it's just something these fish are not used to seeing. I mean, I'm sure I can maybe get some of these other fish here just roaming now. They're roaming a lot more than they were, but I do find that these fish that are setting up on the bottom are a lot easier to get to commit versus those random roamers. We'll try to throw at those again maybe, but I want to get my bait down here. You can see my bait's falling, and there's some of those could be striper out there too, as big as those dots are. There's a fish on my bait right now. Come on, shake that rod. Shake it, shake, shake it. Keep it away from him. Oh, he hit it. Come on. Oh, he hit it again. He hit it again. Come on, fish. One of you get it. Come on. Come on. One of you just get it. Oh my gosh. They're slapping it, slapping it, slapping it. They do that. Once you catch several fish off a spot, they'll do that. They'll just slap it. It's so weird. Maybe there's another bait or something I can throw down there to get those fish to bite again. Let me try something else really quick. Okay, we found another little wad of them. I'm just trying to find some fresh fish that I haven't messed with yet. We can see a few more out there at like 70 feet. I want to see if I can get my bait over to them. There's a bunch of them. These are just fish I haven't thrown at yet. There's a bunch of them. They just showed up out of nowhere. Wow. Okay, come on. One of you has to come eat it. I'm just trying to work my way a little bit further down this point. We have one more waypoint over here that I hadn't thrown at, and those other fish just got kind of picky at it. My bait kind of drifted on me. I'm hoping I get close enough that one of them wants to eat it. A little bit off on my cast, but we can't get too picky on it. There's so many of them down there. Come on. Come on. There's a fish on my bait right now. There's a couple of them. Come on. One of you come grab it. Too far away from them. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Got him. Got him. There we go. Okay, had to just pull a little bit further away. Good one. To a different little wad of them that were down the stretch. There's a bunch of fish down these stretches. Got the right rod. This is not as big of a fish though, unfortunately. That he choked that thing though. Line broke on me. Not quite the size we're looking for, but that fish absolutely got that thing. Switching that different rod was definitely the right call. That fish is hooked so good. Oh my gosh, I might need to get the pliers on him. Literally had to get the pliers out to get that hook out. Nice little fish. Not a big one. Got to retie here real quick, but man, this spot has got them. They are on it right now. Man, this Raid Super Fish Roller is a perfect size bait, I think, right now to get those slightly better than average fish to bite. And that hover rig being that lighter weight is what's getting these fish to bite out there deeper. They just want something that's just acting like a dying bait fish, just hovering around down there. And you can see there's so many fish off this spot. Oh my gosh. And again, I'm throwing literally directly at a waypoint. I have all these waypoints on my mapping right here. So you could throw at these fish conceivably without the forward-facing sonar. But the trick with it is you got to get it right in front of these fish and kind of work it right in front of them. So they're so much harder to catch than they used to be. I used to fish these spots with regular just like swim baits and stuff like that over the years, and you'd be able to come out here and just smash them. But now these fish are so picky because all the guys are targeting them with forward-facing sonar that you really will struggle just to blind fish these fish, to be honest. And in this clear water, these fish are just getting harder and harder to catch, and you have to go to really unique baits and retrieves and stuff like this hover rig and just try to finesse them out, as opposed to just before I could throw a jig and, you know, a regular paddle tail swim bait and just reel it around down there and they would come up from a mile away to eat it. And this is before forward-facing sonar, and I mean, right after I started using it. I mean, these fish, you could literally throw anything at these fish and they would bite. And now it's just not the case. It's so much harder to get them to bite. It's unbelievable. And just day to day, there's certain baits they like better than others. And I just have to experiment every day to figure out what it is. Today it's the hover rig. Tomorrow it could be a faster falling bait. It could be a Ned rig. I might have to drag a jig on these fish. I just have no idea. So I keep them honest by throwing a bunch of different things. I don't know what happened to those fish. They were all kind of in this area and they all just disappeared on me for some reason. They like swam up on top of this drop or something. But anyways, yeah, it's just, fishing's getting weird. It's getting harder. Obviously guys are pressuring these fish. There comes one, come on. Come on, come on, come on, eat it. Come on. Oh, he swerved it. Guys are pressuring these fish with forward-facing sonar, so they do that. They used to not do that. Like, these fish never got pressured, so you would just throw a bait down there and they would just chew it. Didn't matter what you threw. Now, you gotta really be picky about your bait selection. There are a lot of fish up chasing bait too. Stuff like that. I do like targeting these fish on the bottom though. They're so much more consistent as opposed to the fish that are roaming on the shad And again, you could be targeting some fish that are out here over the channel. There's actually some fish I'm kind of seeing that are chasing around on shad, just high up in the water column and stuff. I've just had a lot more success recently targeting these fish that are actually on the bottom. I think they get overlooked. They're hard to see because a lot of times guys are going to mistake them for rocks and stuff like that because it just looks like a blob on the bottom. And it's hard to differentiate a bass from a rock sometimes. That's why I graph them first with traditional sonar, side scan 2D. That way I know I'm actually casting at bass versus just randomly going through here with forward facing sonar. And you see there's a little boulder down here. See if I can get my bait down over there on that. But I graph these fish just so I can see that there's fish related to the bottom, and then I'll fish them. And I mean, these are the same fish I used to fish for years. I missed that cast. Let me cast that thing again. I fished these fish for years without forward facing sonar. But now, I mean, you would be hard pressed to just roll through these areas day in, day out with like a regular swim bait, like a Kitech or whatever, and just randomly, ooh, there's a fish. Oh, come on. He's high in the water column. Oh, he hit it. Come on. Oh, he's high up at there. Get it, fish. Get it. Ah, he hit it. Get it. He's a little guy. Oh, he hit it. It's a little guy, 40 foot. He's all over my bait. He's like the same size as my bait. These are the fish that you could, again, be targeting. I like the fish on the bottom, but I used to go target these fish with just traditional electronics, graph up the fish the same way I'm doing it in this video. And I just throw a swim bait at them and they would eat and they would eat and they would eat. And now they don't. I mean, if you get the right day, it's the perfect conditions and all that stuff, you can maybe pull up here every once in a while and get one to go. But day in, day out, it's not easy. Wow, they're going crazy in front of me on the shad. They're busting. Where are they busting? I can see them. I'm watching them bust. Can't cast that far. Come on. Oh my gosh, look at that school in front of me. These are all little guys. There's a massive group of them. These are the fish that a lot of guys target, and like you can get rich quick with these if you get the right group at the right size, but a lot of them are just little fish, so they're not worth chasing. I mean, I'm in the middle of a pile of them right here. Let's see if any of them are even big enough to eat my bait. Yeah, like they're not, these fish aren't even big enough to eat my bait. That's how small they are. Look at them all. There's so many of them though. They're up here, they're going crazy, but those fish on the bottom are just bigger. I find, on average, they're just bigger fish versus these fish that are just roaming around up here. Now you can have a blast just chasing these schoolers and stuff, but the schoolers are just not the size I like to be targeting. Oh my gosh, look at them all though. Going crazy. I need something that I can cast farther. Where's my bait? They're around. Come on, fish. Here they come. Here's one. Come on, come on. Look at them. They're all around it. There's a pile of them, and they're all tiny. I can tell you how big they are by looking right here. They're all 10 inchers. So there's these 10 inchers that are roaming on the shad. This is what a lot of guys get caught up fishing with forward facing. And then I'm over here targeting specifically the big fish that are off the bottom. And it's just a lot better strategy. I mean, I'll keep looking around here, see if there's any more fish off this drop. I'm probably just gonna get rolling here and try something different. There's a couple of fish. A lot of these fish though are, again, these roamers. Some of these are probably even striper. There's some big dots over there. Those are probably striper. Let me actually throw a bigger minnow at them, see if they actually eat. I think these are striper though. But yeah, you could chase these fish around. I find it's so much more efficient to do what I was doing earlier. That's all it is. It's just, I like targeting those fish on the bottom. You can catch them quicker. They're easier to find. For me, at least, they bite a little bit better. So that's why I do that. You can take advantage of the current and all the conditions to get these fish to actually bite. Yeah, those are definitely striper. They're swimming way too fast and just randomly around to be bass. Caught a big striper earlier. Yeah. And I'm not even seeing any bass over here on the bottom. So, I mean, again, you could just go down these drops too like this and look for fish on the bottom, but it takes forever and it's harder to figure out where they're at and what's going on. Instead, I just graphed this with side scan. It took me 3 minutes, found a group of fish, caught several off of it. I just find that that's way more efficient, even though, again, there's fish over here. There's fish up on this top of this deal to be caught, but I'm not the biggest fan, at least maybe here on Beaver. Maybe on some lakes, that's the way to do it, where you can chase these little schoolers around and maybe you run into a group of 5-pounders. I just don't do it enough, I don't think, to know if it's good or not, but I'm looking around, not seeing much of anything that looks big or good, but those fish we found earlier were on it, so yeah. Well, anyways, guys, we proved this pattern out. I mean, we had 3 fish that are really good tournament quality fish. Finally got them dialed on that 1/8 ounce 3/0 core tackle hover rig. This is that hook right there, and we're pairing it on that Raid 4.2 inch super fish roller. It's a great bait for this. It gets those better quality fish to bite. I find it has a great action on that 1/8 ounce hover rig. All I'm doing to rig that is just putting that hook, this bait's kind of all torn up already, but putting that hook through about 1/4 inch down. It needs to be a little bit higher up, but this bait's all ripped up. And then you pull that nose of that bait just like that over the cone of the hover rig, and that causes that bait to rock side to side. It imitates a dying, fleeing bait fish. They absolutely love it out here. Need to change my rod to kind of get a better hook set on those fish that deep. I think that's why I'm losing them, is this rod is really, really bendy. I use it for my scamper rig when the fish are really high in the water column and I'm burning it fast. And when I burn it really fast, when they grab it, I want to be able to have some give in the rod. This rod is just too whippy. I'd actually be throwing the rod. I have this deal on here, that guppy head. This is a Denali 7-foot medium fast action Android rod. This is a great rod for that hover rig and for the jig head minnow. So that's kind of my normal rod, but that's awesome, guys. We got on it here. I know these are just spotted bass, but you can do this for smallmouth as well right now out here. And I'm actually gonna go try to find some largemouth now and see if we can find some fish further back in the creeks to see if we can get like a kicker or something like that. But I'll turn that into our video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a comment down below. Again, all the gear linked down in the description. So thanks for checking out this one. See you guys in the next video.